stage alien invasion, so that we're basically setting our mindset to say, well, this is just fake, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to believe it when I see it. Like when I do see maybe a holographic image of an aircraft launching missiles or some type of energy weapons at the Earth, to say, well, that's just a hologram and I don't have to worry about it. Perhaps that maybe that is the real invasion. That because we're so heavily populated that us Earthlings can really fight back if we wanted to. But if we fought back, we have nuclear and atomic weapons that we could actually render this planet absolutely useless. So perhaps what they're trying to do is to stage the invasion, to say that it's a staged invasion, but to actually stage it so that they do actually invade, but that there's no resistance because people aren't going to believe that this is actually what's happening.
So that's a very good point, and that is probably why they're releasing all these movies. Like this month, they're having the Cowboys and Aliens released, I think next week. And there's a whole series of alien movies and shows being released that are just about what you're talking about. You know, there's alien invasion, there's wars, and humans trying to defend themselves, and all of this is being imprinted in the psyche of the population, so that when these things really do occur, it will be accepted as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and I was curious here because of I know your research with the Kuiper Belt, and I was wondering if because there's been a lot of talk about common elenin, and I was wondering if you had any input on that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't believe a lot of the internet information out there about elenin, that it's growing or that it's this huge thing going to destroy the Earth. It's not going to destroy the Earth at all. In fact, I do believe it is actually some kind of a probe from Kuiper Belt, and that when it does get here in sometime mid-October, it's going to such a degree that the Illuminati will not be able to explain it away. Like they have recently with the UFOs in New York, that they were, candles or balloons that were dragged. It's just like you can't explain. They will not be able to explain this one. And so I'm looking forward to its arrival, actually, to see what it's going to do.
Yeah, me too. And it's definitely a hot topic right now, and I think that a lot of people, even those who wouldn't even necessarily think themselves to think like, oh, there's something up with this comment, are finding that more people are saying there's something going on with this. So
yeah, definitely there is.
Yeah, and actually recently I was just at a workshop with Laura Eisenhower, and one of the engineers in the crowd was talking about this, and how he was saying like how he worked with NASA before, and saying how he can see it, how it's changing its course, or it's adjusting its course, kind of thing, and stuff like that. And so yeah, it seems like there's definitely a lot of interest from the galaxy right now in what's going on Earth.
Well, yeah, it's like when you sell a house at this location. Well, our planet is in the perfect location for occupation and entry into the rest of the galaxy. There's a lot of interest in this world for many different reasons. Most of it is strategic.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We have a very interesting location in our particular arm of our galaxy that there's a lot of dust in our galaxy, and in a lot of solar systems there's a lot of dust, and where we are, actually the dust has been pushed out, and there's a lot of theories on how it was pushed out or how it was removed, or where that dust has gone, but we can actually get a much better view of our galaxy from here than you can from anywhere else in this galaxy. It's an amazing view. For one, I mean, just to look up at the stars at night, you realize that you're actually making a connection with something that could be anywhere from 10 to 100,000 light years away.
That's very true.
And if you were an advanced race, I mean, you could not only see that connection, but you could probably react to anything coming from that direction if they were trying to repel you, or if you wanted to go into that direction, that you would know when it's a safe time to go ahead and launch your aircraft or your ships.
That's right, and also not only the physical aspect of our location, but the energetic aspect. We are energetically very close to the borderline of the astral, and that's why there's so many material, more than there would be in other parts of the galaxy or other parts of the other solar systems. So it's a very intriguing spot, both physically and energetically. And if you're an invasion force, you'd want to occupy this place.
Mhm. Definitely a lot of good resources too here, of all, just actual natural resources available on Earth. And yeah, there's quite a few reasons. That's one of the things I keep telling people in terms of like doomsday scenarios or even utopia ones in the extremes. It's like, well, there's a bunch of interests that have no interest in either one of those realities and are just kind of looking at this very practically. Kind of saying, the humans, no, you can't do anything too stupid because guess what? We're using this planet too.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. Human beings are very unique in creation because we are the synthesis of two races that should not be mixed together. And our planet has more life forms, more variations than you would find in almost anywhere else. So it's quite a fascinating location.
Yeah, definitely. Well, one question that I did want to try to squeeze in here, I know it could be like a hugely expansive one, but has to do with Oversoul again, and just how it relates to things like past lives and maybe different forms and other dimensions.
Okay, I'll give you an analogy again. If you think of the Oversoul like an umbrella, and from the umbrella is coming all these different strings hanging down from it, kind of like a jellyfish. And then there are these lines that bisect the streams that are coming down. So you're kind of having a matrix, a lot of squares formed by these intersections. Each one of those points is an alternate self or a parallel universe or another lifetime, another existence. And there's infinite numbers of them. And most programming, mind control, is based on the real matrix of the Oversoul, which they then extrapolate into alters or programming matrix. So your programming matrix is, in effect, an artificial replica of your Oversoul matrix. And we can tap in to any point on that matrix of the Oversoul because it's really part of our alternate self within the context of the Oversoul. You really are a piece of the intelligence of your Oversoul. And there are many, many Oversouls, of course, and all the Oversouls are connected to the God mind. And so it's kind of like this gigantic energetic internet, where you can get any bit of information of any topic that you want just by going within and connecting to your Oversoul and tapping into other parts of self. Right. And I don't know if I answered your question, though.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think that those who are interested in this subject will get what they needed, because I know that this is something that is really kind of being more discussed now, and we had another question in the chat room that related to that, and I know we touched on a little bit, but I just feel it's important that this becomes more of a common conversation too, just in relation to our multidimensional selves.
Well, I tell you, I invite everybody out there to come to our interdimensional conference in October here in St. Joseph. You'll never be the same after that.
Awesome. Yeah, we're actually almost out of time here, but actually I was kind of curious as to maybe if you have any any predictions, so to speak, that you might be seeing coming up in the next couple of years here.
Well, anything's possible. I believe that the Illuminati will fail, that they will not accomplish their goals, and that humanity will take back its power, and people will start to learn who and what they really are, and open up that 90% of the brain they don't use, and open up that 97% of. And wow, what a society we will have then.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So, Lad, any last little comments or questions you want to get in? When we have, about 6 minutes live here.
Just a quick question, I guess on behalf of the guests here. It seems to be a common question that seems to be floating by here. Do you have any upcoming interviews or events or anything that you'd like to put out so people can find you and perhaps maybe do a little more research into the hyperspace aspect?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Every Friday between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I have my own radio show, part of the American Free Radio out of New Zealand. And so you can tune into that. There's a little icon you can click on my website, expansions.com, and that will lead you to listen to the show. Also, we have our survival seminar workshop. That will be amazing to teach you how to deal with things as they may come, so that no matter what happens in your area, you'll be able to overcome and surpass it. Again, anyone wants to see me in Africa, Singapore, LA, just email orders at expansions.com, and we'll make arrangements to see you in August and September. In the middle of September, we'll be in Central America doing research in El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. So anybody in that area wants to meet us, feel free. And we constantly have our workshops. We have the Inner Circle. We have our Oversoul Mastermind group. I have a men's group that will be starting again online in September. So go to expansions.com. Everything you want to know is there. We also just started today a new forum, which people have been asking us for, months and years. So, yeah, you got your wish. We got a forum up there now. Go read about that, sign up, and start chatting away and getting information. We're always available to the public. We like to make ourselves available as much as possible. And we appreciate everybody out there and who's interested in our work, and I appreciate you guys for having me on your show and letting me give information out that to the public. That's so important.
Thank you for coming on. I mean, it truly is an honor to have you on, have this kind of chat, and really try to take this information to new areas.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to tell everybody out there not to have no fear. All of the doom and gloom out there and all the things that they predict to happen, so what if they happen? If you have the right mind pattern, you will not be affected. You can create your own reality. You do create your own reality, whether you realize it or not. So if you clear up your mind pattern and you do your deprogramming work, you can literally have a paradise on earth no matter what else is going on around you. So really take matters into your own hands. Take your own responsibility. Don't blame anybody else. Be who and what you are, which is part of the God mind. And you are infinite and can create anything in your existence that you so desire.
Absolutely. That's a great note to leave that on there. So
thank you very much, Stewart.
Thank you both very much.
All right. Thank you, everyone out there listening right now and in the archives. We're proud to do what we do here at UTE, is bring the information major media will not report on, shy away from, run away from, because, we know there's a bigger agenda going on. So rock on, everyone. Stay true to yourselves. Be who you want to be, and we will see you guys next week.